Hi, I'm Andy from Roxbury Farm and Garden Center. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about maintaining your turf grass in the Fredericksburg area. We've been in the turf grass business since the early 80s, studying it very hard. The thing about it in our area of Virginia is that we're a little far too south for the northern cool season grasses to thrive, and we're a little too far north for the southern warm season grasses to thrive. For example, warm season grasses such as Bermuda grass or zoysia grass, St. Augustine, centipede, they either don't survive our winters or they're tan and brown 6 months out of the year, and that's not what most people want. So we tend to use cool season grasses in the Fredericksburg area, almost all of us, such as tall fescue. Winning Colors is our flagship brand of that. A blend with Roxbury Mix, which is primarily tall fescue. That's what we use here because they stay green in the spring, greener in the summer, green in the fall, and much more green in the winter. The problem with cool season grasses typically is one seed makes one plant, so you find yourself overseeding in the fall when you've had a severe drought such as we've had this year in 2012. You lose a lot of grass because it's just so hot on the grass. These southern grasses tend to spread by the roots, and so they get thicker, but they're just not green most of the time. That's the issue. So we tend to stick with tall fescues. Now the life cycle of a tall fescue would be that it's green and naturally growing in the fall, and that's when it's demanding food, and for that reason we feed very heavily in the fall. 2 to 3 applications of fertilizer, about a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. I know that may sound Greek to you, but we can explain that all to you. For example, this bag is 50 pounds, 16% nitrogen. That bag has 8 pounds of nitrogen in it, so it would cover 8,000 square feet. So 5 bags per acre, that would be a feeding. You might do that twice in the fall if it's a heavily stressed area like a sports complex or a playing field, something with a lot of traffic. You could do it 3 times in the fall. That would be when the grass naturally starts to green, which is September, and then again in October if you're going to do 3 feedings. If not, wait, but then sometime in mid-November is going to be either your second or third feeding, depending. Then in the wintertime, this fertilizer will stay inactive in the ground, the water insoluble part of it, so that it's kind of like in a reservoir waiting for springtime. So when your grass starts greening up and growing in March, this fertilizer will finish releasing and feed the grass as the grass needs it, and it will kind of fizzle out and run out of the nitrogen as the grass goes into the heat of the summer. In the heat of the summer, the grass tends to go dormant. It doesn't want to be fed a lot. You'll kill your grass if you feed it a lot. It'll be prone to diseases, and you'll just burn it out. It's going dormant for a reason. It's like a boxer who's been fighting and he's tired and he's in the corner and he's trying to rest, and so you go out there and throw fertilizer on him. It's like you're pulling him out and throwing him in the middle of the ring, and they don't survive it. So that's kind of the life cycle of a grass. Around here, you should put your seed in the fall, not the spring. You should fertilize in the fall, not the spring. And you should really work as hard as you can on your grass in the fall, and then kind of relax and drink Kool-Aid in the spring. If you do those things, I think that will help you a lot. We can help you with weed identification, weed management, proper fertilization. We don't really try and sell you 6 fertilizers a year. That may work in Ohio or Michigan, or it may enhance sales if you're selling 6 products a year, but that's not what we want to do. We want you to have success. Come see us at Roxbury Farm and Garden Center, downtown.